right? And by the way, if you guys have heard this meeting before, don't spoil it for people. This is mainly for the entry levels, right? But obviously, if you guys haven't, then like please feel free to engage with it, right? So every single day, you guys have a bank account, and in this bank account, at exactly midnight, right, it tops off to $8,640 or $8,400. $86,000. Sorry. I don't know. $86,400 every single midnight. Does that make sense? Did I get the number right?
Yeah.
Did I actually get it right?
Yeah, it's 86,400.
Thank you. Cool. Every single midnight, right? And you can spend this money however you want. You can do whatever you want, right? But you need to keep in mind that once it goes down to like say 0, right? At any point during the day, right? Right. Let's say this is day 1. Day 2, midnight, right? It tops back up to $86,400, right? And you don't have to spend the whole thing. Like, you can spend half, and it will still top up to $86,400. So you guys will never end up like, you can't like stack it, if that makes sense, like ever. Like you can't just like save 40 grand and then hope that the next day you get like 120. Does that make sense, right? So what will you guys do if that happened to you tomorrow? What will you guys do?
We invested it, yeah.
Invest it? Sure, you can invest. What would you invest it in?
Anything that's going on right now, like cryptocurrency and real estate.
Okay. Why would you invest it?
Because it's gonna multiply and bring it back.
So the goal here is you just want more,
Yeah.
right? You don't want to be capped at 86K. Cool. So what would be a good limit to get, like, what would you guys be satisfied with? Like if you're investing it, like, investing is work, technically. Like it takes work to like move the account, invest it, buy, sell, gain knowledge. Right? At one point, would you just stop investing?
Yeah.
Just throw a number out.
10 million.
A million.
10 million, a million. Well, let's do 10 million. Okay. So it's possible that if this bank account keeps getting to 86K every single like day, right? You're gonna get to 10 million pretty quick. And then you stop. So what are you gonna do after that?
Keep going.
Like keep
I was
investing?
gonna- I was
Okay,
gonna
you
say,
keep going. Okay, what else can you do with it? Like, does everyone want to invest? Like every single person here?
Buy a Lambo.
Yeah, I would just focus.
Run your business?
At that
Run a
point.
business?
I just wanna make
Who
sure
said
I
that?
run out of money.
Get a boat.
Vacation. Yellow boat.
Get a yellow boat.
Get a yellow.
Okay, get a yellow boat.
Yellow
Spending it.
submarine.
Spending it. At some point, money becomes so much to an individual that making more money just like inherently doesn't make sense. Some like only a few of us are ever geared towards becoming billionaires, but some of us will be happy to get to $10 million and then we just start spending. Spending every single. What are the things that we can spend money on that you guys want?
Vacation.
Vacations,
Rolex.
shoes,
Yeah.
vacations,
Rolex.
houses, cars. These are like a ton of different stuff that we would spend it on, right? And it's so cool because at that point, the reason we're spending so much money is because there's just so much money in the account.
Oh yeah, you forgot to put a maid on there. 'Cause I'm not cool.
Put
You
what?
gotta put a maid on there.
A maid? There you go. Maid, there you go. So, but you understand the concept where like money means like each money is like so valuable, right? Like or like not as valuable. We're just spending it because we know for a fact the next day we're getting 86,000 more, right? Does that make sense? Yeah. And it also doesn't make sense for us to stop spending. Like we would never limit ourselves to just spending 40K a day if we know for a fact the next day we're getting 86,000, right? Or am I wrong? You guys can tell me.
You are right.
Right? So we're all on this consensus, right? That if we had a regenerating bank account that would always top up to like 86,400, right? We're gonna try our best every single day to spend it because it makes no sense to save it, right? And we're gonna spend on different things, and we're gonna spend on all of these things. We're gonna invest it, try to get to like 10 million. We're gonna get like a boat or like shoes or whatever, like something. You know what I mean? We're gonna try our best to spend every single day. We're gonna spend it to 0 because it's gonna go back up to 86,000, right?
Yep.
Right? Does anyone know the significance of this specific number? Not you. Do you know this meaning?
Yeah. Don't ask.
Do you know this meaning? Pronounce it. Do you know this meaning?
I don't, but I'm assuming it's like time.
What do you mean?
Maybe like the amount of seconds in a day.
That sounds a little like someone did.
You're right.
Well, you sure you ain't
You're right. I have a feeling you know this meeting, but that's okay. Okay. See, the thing is, if we had this bank account that regenerates every single day, we're working so hard to find ways to spend it because there's no fear of running out of the money because the next day it just comes back. That's literally time. Every single day, we have 86,400 seconds. Every single day, without fail, right? Until day one. Like every single day, we wake up, that's another 86,400 seconds dedicated to us, right? It doesn't get like we can't lose it in the sense that like the next day we just get more and more and more and more, right? But how come we're so satisfied with the idea that parts of that day are dedicated to like genuinely wasting it, not maximizing it? When we had $86,000 in our bank account, we were thinking to ourselves like, how can we spend it? Like, I want a maid, I want shoes, I want vacation, I want houses, I want cars. Like, we can probably sit here for the next 3 hours, list things that we want to buy, and we will still not run out of things, you know? And we're working so hard to think about like, how can we spend, how can we spend, how can we spend? But are we dedicating that same kind of energy to time, which is like arguably way more valuable? Like, do you think each second is worth $1? I think each second of our lives is worth way more than $1. Time is money. You know what I mean? But are we working towards that concept? Like, how come there are days when we come in and we're like tired, but we choose to like sink into that field? We choose to kind of go like, okay, cool, like, I guess I'm just gonna waste today. How come there are days when we go out to the field and we're like, you know, we talk about 100 doors, we talk about 40 top twos, but because, I don't know, external factors, things that we can't control, like it's hot, or it's not. Like, you know, I get it, it's hot, right? But how come we just decide that we're not working today? We decide that we're actually just gonna hit like 50 doors. We're gonna get 15 top twos. Then we're gonna come back and complain about our results. Like, those are active decisions we made because we don't value our time, right? If you're that type of person who does have those moments, it's okay. Like, people have moments of weakness, right? But if you let it kind of like compound, right? What you're telling me is that you don't value your time. Because I know I value my time heavily. Like, this training program is gonna stay a training program for me. This isn't my job. Does that make sense? My goal every single day when I come in is to get out, and get out in the fastest way possible. Every single day, I'm game planning. I'm thinking about how can I be intentional about my time here. And I want to encourage you guys to do the same, right? Especially for like the new starts. Like, you guys came in here because in the interview we talked about the idea of 6 to 8 months of growth. You know, we talked about the idea of like, let's get you guys to management, right? The only way you guys can do that is by being intentional with your time. You know, all of us have the same amount of time. We all have 86,400 seconds in our day, but some people just value it way more. And you could just look around the room and you can just totally see that. You see people like Rachel, like flying through the program. You know, you see people like Hector over the course of last month, when he decided that his time was valuable, he decided that instead of taking the time to pursue, you know, recreational activities and just kind of do that and look forward to that, and instead focus on his retention, focus on building his team. He flew past level 1. It was like nothing. He built leaders like nothing. Like, we had a meeting this past Saturday where each of the level 2s listed out how many leaders they built. This guy wasn't even a level 2 when he built those leaders. And that's like the crazy part. You know, and he beat every single level 2. You know, like, he was just way more intense. He just valued his time way more. Not only does he value his present time way more, he also values his future time way more. He's thinking to himself, like, how can I spend less time in the training program than every single one? You know, but do we all have that mentality? Shouldn't we all have that mentality? Right? Like, shouldn't we all think to ourselves, why am I still here? Or why am I still in this position? Entry levels. Think about that for yourself. Like, what is keeping you at entry level today? Find your upline. Ask them about the requirements. Learn about the program, right? Find out how to get to the next stage. Level 1s. This is more of a pointed question for you guys too. What is keeping you at level 1? There's always something. Interview structure, retention, sales. There's something that's keeping you guys at level 1. Ask your upline. Reach out. Try to find ways to learn about what's keeping you there and pull yourself out of it, right? Like, we're all available to help. Level 2s, management, etc. Like, all of us, it's in our best interest to see you guys grow, right? And I just want to help you guys. Like, that's why, like, a lot of level 2s take time out of their weekends, their days, to plan things for you guys, right? So capitalize on it. Use it. We're like providing that opportunity for you guys. You know, so use it. Think to yourself, like, are you being intentional with your time? You know, you can't really use like tomorrow's or yesterday's time, but you can only really use today's. Like, think about today. This set of 86,400 seconds, what am I gonna do? You know, I'm gonna be in the field from 2 p.m. to like 8 p.m. roundabout, right? 6 hours, I'm there. So am I gonna waste that time when I'm already there? Or am I gonna really use it? Am I gonna apply garden theory? Really talk to as many people? Really try to highlight my strengths and weaknesses that day so I can improve later, you know? And the final thing I wanted to like touch on was, you know, I get it's hot. I get it's hot outside, right? But there was something that, like, I'm pretty sure you guys heard this quote. I just think it's a super cool quote. But it kind of goes something like this. Hard times create hard people.
Sure. Hard people create
Easy times. Oh yeah, there you go. It's because I wrote people and then I wrote man. And I was like, yeah. Hard times create hard people. Hard people create easy times. Easy times create soft people. And easy people create hard times. Does that make sense? And the way I kind of applied, and you know, I've been in the business like sort of for a while. Like I've been here since like November, so I've kind of seen, like at least weather-wise, like a different shift, right? I've seen what the caliber of people were like during the winter because they were created during the summer. So interesting. The people who work here, Sarah, Kavan, Tyler, Ale, Julian, John, like, I mean, for your entry levels, like, a lot of these names mean, like, nothing to you, but, like, these are people who finished the program, who were here during last summer. They had all joined during last summer, when it was hot outside, when it sucked to be outside, right? But they were incredible individuals. You know, they flew through the program, they really took on feedback, they pushed through all the difficulties, and they got promoted. But as a result, like, those of us who, like, joined during winter, like, we're acting like easy people. We're acting like people who don't value this. You know what I mean? Now it's our time to kind of change it. It's hot out there, right? But this is gonna toughen us, right? Are you guys gonna take the challenge, take it head on, and become a hard person? Or are you gonna let this weed you out as an easy person, right? Something to focus on. But hey, I'm super excited for today. We got like a ton of new people. I really enjoyed running orientation. That was like super fun getting to know all of you guys. And also, I think that experience helped me believe in you guys a lot. Like, I think all of you guys have the ability to really look at your time and value it a lot, right? And as leaders, it's our job to guide them in the right direction, right? Do you think we can do that today? Yeah! So, it's 11:42 or 43. Can we be back at 12:15?
12:15. Yeah. 12:15.
Yeah, 12:15. Let's just be back at 12:15. Right!
Thank you.